North Korea is putting boots on the ground to help Russia attack Ukraine. But it isn't the only one doing so. Welcome to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell, and I want you to know how amazing you are. 2.5 weeks ago, we launched this fundraiser on GiveSendGo to help China Uncensored build a censorship-free website. And not only did you guys blast us past our goal, but you got us past our second goal, so we could start building iPhone and Android apps as well. We should be ready to launch the website part in just a few weeks. We'll be giving you exclusive episodes, special live streams, and a members-only chat. And we've now raised our GiveSendGo donation goal again. We thought carefully about what we could do if we had more money, more episodes, better in-depth reporting, bribing our way to an interview with Xi Jinping. And then we decided, no. The number one most important thing we could do is buy a Cybertruck and tour around the country. So yeah, we raised our goal. But no matter what, if you contribute $15 or more by October 31st, we'll give you your first month's premium website subscription for free, and lots of other cool rewards too. So click the GiveSendGo link below and help us make China Uncensored even awesomer. And now, on with the show. So, does it sometimes feel like World War III is just sort of lurking in a corner, waiting to pounce? Flashpoints keep popping up like whack-a-moles, while loose alliances are made in dingy back rooms. Take Russia and North Korea, for example. This past summer, the two signed a comprehensive strategic pact. And now it would seem that North Korean soldiers have joined the fray on the side of Russia in Ukraine. Which is terrible for Ukraine, but nice for North Korean soldiers, since experiencing the hell of war is a nice vacation compared to being in North Korea. I guess with Russian casualties continuing to mount, it was only a matter of time. After all, North Korea has been helping Russia for a while now. It's been sending missiles, artillery shells, and other military equipment and weapons to help Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Actual boots on the ground is a logical next step. So how do we know there are North Koreans in Ukraine? Well, there have been reports from Russian telegram channels of North Korean officers dying in the Ukrainian front lines. Wow, how nice of North Korea to provide not only cannons, but cannon fodder. And the head of Ukraine's Center for Countering Disinformation also says that North Korea sent military engineers and that some have already died. I'm sure they were just as stoked to die for this cause as all those Russian soldiers. But now it looks like Ukraine has to worry about more than just military advisors and engineers. Earlier this month, Ukrainian media reported that Russia was forming a North Korean battalion with about 3,000 North Korean troops. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky later claimed that about 10,000 North Korean soldiers are preparing to fight in Ukraine. But now we have more than just their word on this. We have visual confirmation. Ukraine's Center for Strategic Communications and Information Security published this footage of North Korean troops being outfitted in a Russian training ground. Russia went from bread lines to soon-to-be dead lines. Can't say that's an improvement. Meanwhile, this other footage came out claiming to show hundreds of North Korean soldiers training at a Russian military base. In the video, a Russian speaker can be heard in the background saying, "We can't film them," before adding, "There are more. There are millions of them here. Here are the new reinforcements. This is just the beginning. There are more." Now, millions is probably an exaggeration. South Korea's National Intelligence Service did confirm that more than 1,500 North Korean special forces arrived in Vladivostok, Russia between October 8th and 13th. But they also called it the first transfer, and said that 12,000 North Korean troops will be deployed to Ukraine. Well, on the bright side, if this kicks off World War III, at least the History Channel will finally have a new world war to talk about. South Korea also reported that the North Korean military was giving fake IDs of Russian minorities that look similar to North Koreans. North Korea isn't exactly keeping this a secret. Already we're seeing alleged North Korean posters ordering the Ukrainian army to surrender to the Great Korean People's Army, which elicited a, let's call it, pointed Ukrainian response. Wow, this is easily the most aggressive meme war I've ever seen. There's even a North Korean flag planted in Ukrainian territory claimed by Russia. Of course, all this would be pretty bad for Ukraine if there weren't also reports of North Korean troops deserting the Ukrainian front lines days after arrival. What? People raised under a brutal authoritarian regime don't want to die for another brutal authoritarian regime? Just when you think you know the basics of the human spirit. Now, this isn't the first time North Korean troops were deployed abroad. North Korea sent personnel to Vietnam during the Vietnam War, Egypt during the 1973 Arab-Israeli War, Iran in the Iran-Iraq War, Angola in the Angola Civil War, Mozambique in the Mozambique Civil War, and Syria in the Syrian Civil War. North Korean soldiers are basically mercenaries, only they don't get paid and would prefer not to go home after the mission is completed. But the North Korean regime benefits from this in a lot of ways, including sweet deals with Russia and combat experience for the soldiers. But what does all this have to do with China? After all, this channel isn't called North Korea Unhinged. Well, North Korea's involvement in Ukraine is getting a ton of attention right now, but let's not forget that China is doing a lot of the same things. Like North Korea, China's been providing lethal aid, like tons of it. But it's not just that. China's also been allowing Chinese mercenaries to fight for Russia. Of course, China doesn't officially endorse sending soldiers to fight against Ukraine. Those fighting are volunteering, operating as foreign mercenaries on their own volition. After all, Chinese people have so much freedom. There are tons of videos of Chinese men working with Russians and showing their support for them. Many are quite open about their activities on social media, especially when it comes to complaining about military life.
同志们好！同志们好！同志们辛苦了！同志们辛苦了！首战用我！首战用我！用我必胜！用我必胜！我现在请求广大网友，也请求广大的中国朋友们帮助我联系中国外交部。我现在需要解除合同，我要回国休养。
Social media. As if the prospect of World War III wasn't scary enough, now I realize it'll be the first war to be live-streamed. Dying in battle is way less noble when there are hearts and thumbs up emojis all over the screen. Like that man, many Chinese are finding the front lines to be brutal.
那边打了最少得有1个月，因为很多房间内都有尸体。我给大家发了那个视频，有些视频里面在房间那都是有尸体的，都是尸臭味。基本上每个地下室都有人，都有死人，都有牺牲了，双方都有。
War is hell. But now soldiers can receive YouTube comments in the trenches. Is there something worse than hell? Of course, with all these Chinese mercenaries fighting in Ukraine, there have also been reports of Chinese dying. One of the first to die was reportedly a volunteer named Zhao Rui, who died from a Ukrainian drone attack after just 15 days of training in November last year. There are also rumors that 2 Chinese youths named Liu Hongwei and Liu Jie were killed in Ukraine as well. More recently, Russian channels alleged that 2 Chinese mercenaries, going by the code names Sprite and Cola, were killed. I guess Ukraine is more of a Pepsi country. And once again, thank you to all of you who are helping make the new censorship-free China Uncensored premium website a reality. And for everyone else, there's still time to be part of this and get some cool rewards too. Click below to visit givesendgo.com/China Uncensored, pledge your support, and leave a comment for me to read about what you hope to see on the new site. And before YouTube's algorithm sends you off to some random video, in my ongoing attempt to hide controversial topics in gaming content, one of the things that makes America great is our spirit of self-sufficiency. And nowhere can that be better seen than in the new Sonic X Shadow Generations. Click here to check it out and let me know what you think. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.